Why do they always make it so easy? Playing games with me? Huh? Just die.
Just getting started.
Run out of bullets eventually. You're nothing. Nothing. Man, come back, I was having fun. When you turn up, you're dead. Thought you could hide. It's called shooting straight with it.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah!
Hello. I guess I have you to thank. Those hooligans were ruining my lovely shop. What a mess. What a mess. Oh, yes. Good old vagabonds, looking after us measly shopkeepers. Us poor lowly dealers, subject to the whims and terrors of fate. We're very grateful, we are. Well, I have that Winston fellow's package here. Take it to him, will ya? My usual runner got scared off and now I've got some clear up to do. But listen here, I am grateful to you for helping out. You need some supplies? I will give you the best prices, all ethically sourced, of course. Anything catch your eye? Take a look. Goodbye.
You got the delivery then? Thanks for that. And I'm glad Nadia's okay. She's one of my sharpest suppliers. I found the part for the radio you were after. Here you are.
If you need a workbench to fix it, check with Bullet-Tooth Anthony. He's usually down the basement. If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Oi, get your mitts off that. I'm in the middle of fixing something there, and I don't want you ruining it. Hello, sunshine. The name's Bullet-Tooth Anthony. What you after? I fix up weapons, do repairs and maintenance, that sort of thing. We're the best brutes in Bromley. Won't find better than us. If we can get us some more weapons, we'll be a proper force to be reckoned with. I always say, the only good dog is a dead dog. Those syndicate buggers have a lot to answer for. You don't need to know more than that. He has it hard, Gaunt, but he's tough and he's fair as he needs to be. No chance, sunshine. I'm trying to fix up an old laser rifle I found, and it's laid out in 100 pieces right now. You dare mess that up, and I'll have your head off. But look, you find me a piece to replace an old crystalline photon agitator, and I'll be able to finish it off. Then the workbench is all yours. Most messes of old scrap electronics will have something useful in them. You can generally salvage them in old supply stores, or some of the traders in Lewisham should sell them. More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything. Touch me.
Hey there, young'un. Not from these ends, are you? My name's Syd, though the boys here call me Sabretooth. I'm looking for a little help with something. I can make it worth your while. Listen here, I'm only telling you this as you're an outsider. But I'm no good with my letters, see? My ma always wanted me to learn them, but my dad said it would make me weak in the head. Well, I'm getting old now, and I've had my share of adventures, but my one big regret is never learning how to read proper. Maybe now I can finally play catch-up, but I don't want the boys here knowing about this. That's why I'm looking for help from someone like you. I've got a little something special for you, if you can get me the goods I need. You in? That's kind of you, kid. It ain't easy keeping this secret, but maybe there's hope to learn, even at my age. I know some basics, but if I can get the right materials, I'm sure I could get better. Thing is, there's bugger all to read round here. Some old menus and magazines, but no proper books. And I need me some books if I want to learn proper reading. You ever hear of a library? Used to be loads of them before the war, all full of books. They're mostly ruined now, but there's a few still about. There's one not far from here, in fact. Too many ghouls about. I can hold me own in a one-on-one fight, but I can't take on a whole group. A strapping kid like you, though? No probs. Get me 3 or 4 books and decent nick, and I'll give you something special in return. Nothing too hard. Kid stuff, even. I'll need to start out simple. If you can find it, there's a little story called Dove's Dilemma I remember from when I was young. It'd be nice to see you again. Thanks. My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
Hello again, sunshine. What you after? Ah, lovely jubbly. Give it here, and I can get it cleared up. Here we are, a fully restored, Upton Burke Class C laser rifle. Ain't it a beaut? Absolute shite that keeps breaking after 10 shots, mind, but it'll bugger up anything it hits before then. Now, you had some gizmo you wanted patched up. Hand it here, and I'll sort it for you. Let's see, out with the old, in with the new. I can tidy these frayed wires too. This is quite the old bit of junk Nelson's hanging on to. Well, it's all fixed, but it looks like the battery is knackered. I've got none of the right sort here, but Johnny Shrapnel should have him in spades. He's usually hanging out back, by the chem station. If you hang around, it wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Oi oi, if it ain't that lab rat, the fuck you on? It's 'cause of this little beauty I've got lodged in me skull. A reward for some dodgy demolitions testing. But that's just how things go sometimes when you're a professional bomb maker. No pain, eh? Your vet says I need to get it taken out before it kills me. But sometimes you need a little... And I'm sure there ain't no lead in it. Mostly sure. Could help, sure. But I've got my own problems to worry about. Listen, give me an hand with something delicate and I'll see what I can sort for you. Mickey's been having a barney at me for blowing up his hat. And yes, I did blow up his hat. And don't you mind how or why. But at the end of the day, it's just some damn cloth, right? Well, fancy pants Mickey don't see it that way. And I can't keep going on with him giving me the evil eye all day. He's freaking me the fuck out. So I found him something to make up for things. But if I go trying to give it to him myself, I just know I'll say something stupid and ruin it. Why don't you go have a go at delivering it for me? Make him accept the damned apology and I can sort you out with a new battery. More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.
Hello, Gov. My name's Mickey. Can I help you with something? So that shrapnel brain pillock thinks he can just fob me with some token. That was my favourite hat he ruined. Tell him to f*** off. I guess you're right about that. Maybe I'm being too mean on shrapnel. I'll accept the apology then. Cheers, Gov.
More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.
Hey, you get Mickey to take the gift? Smashing. I wasn't sure how that would go. I'm glad he didn't try to kill you. Now, you wanted a battery for that radio. Give it here, and I'll see what I've got. Blimey, this is old. Where do you even get something as tom-tit as this? I'll have to wire up a couple of 9 volts to get this to work. Let's see. Here you go. All done. And thanks once more for your help with Mickey. If you hang round, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
You got the radio done up? You took your damn time about it. Where'd you go to fix it? Azerbaijan? Well, better late than never, I guess. Cheers. Don't know what I'd do without this. Now, let's have a listen to what's happening out in the smoke.
Make sure you're all on high alert. The execution of the vagabond prisoner will take place in Indiscon Square in Millwall. We're expecting a massive crowd, so we need all hands on deck. If you're IODS in Millwall, be there. We're going to send a message to these 2-bit punks. Nobody bombs a syndicate train station and gets away with it.
Oh, for f***'s sake, turn that damn thing off! Why'd you even bring me this stupid radio anyway? You were just trying to upset me, weren't you? Where's Yvette? She's the one who vouched for you. I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind. You must have been listening in the next room before you brought it over here. How else would that news have been so perfectly timed? I'm onto you, lab rat. Ah, that's right. She left in a hurry, said she had a mission of some kind. Oh, god damn it. What? Oh, no, I'm fine. Hey, listen, mate. Sorry I lost it on you a second ago. You did good with the radio. I need you to do something else for me now. Something much more important. A rescue of sorts. I need you to go to Millwall and make sure Yvette hasn't done anything too stupid. And if she has, I need you to unfuck the situation. She's got roots there, and you don't need to be Sherlock fucking Holmes to figure out she's going to make sure that poor soul headed to the hangman isn't one of her people. Bring Yvette back in one piece and I'll make it worth your while. Millwall is absolutely lousy with syndicate dogs. You can't throw a bloody rock without hitting one of them and it bouncing off and hitting a relative they're shagging. If they find out you're with us, you'll be ripped apart by rabid dogs before you can say Bob's your uncle. You should be fine, because you're a fucking nobody, but regardless, you should keep a low profile. Brilliant. Head north to Millwall and don't come back until you find Yvette. Tell her Blind Nelson's looking for her. The fastest route across the Thames is through the Greenwich Foot Tunnel.
More bodies getting shite done never hurt any.
What was that?
Oh, mate.
You're a lifesaver. I'm spitting feathers here.
Nobody's getting shite done never hurt anything. Oh, hello, stranger. How wonderful to meet you. Lovely day, isn't it? I'm tip-top, thanks for asking. What brings you here, then? Well, you should go tell your old friend that I'm fine, and I don't need some fresh-faced lab rat to babysit me. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I'm rather busy at the moment. Help with what? I don't know what you mean, stranger. Wait for it. Wait for it. And we're clear. Finally, that bloody guard moved out of earshot. We can drop the charade. Do you have any idea the amount of danger you put us in just now? Never mind, there's no time. I'm actually glad you're here. I was just about to sneak into where they're holding Uma and try and break her out. But it's a suicide mission without a proper distraction. Fine, whatever. No time to argue. She's in that building over there. She should be the only prisoner in the holding area, so you can't miss her. As soon as you hear my distraction, take Uma and run like hell back to the safe house. I'll meet you both there.
Go for a drink? Mate, I've been tucking into the flask all day. I can barely see straight.
Thank God! I knew she would come through for me. Let's get the hell out of here.
Uma. Thank God you're alive. Great work, lab rat. I'll take her from here. Let's split up and draw their fire in opposite directions. We'll meet you back at the safe house. Lock the door behind you. We did it! I can't believe we pulled it off and we're all back in one piece. My heart is literally beating out of my chest. You should have seen how those syndicate dogs scattered when the bomb went off. Like little puppies leaving trails of piss behind them as they ran. It was beautiful. I've got to be honest, I was not thrilled to see you when you first showed up, but I'll be damned if you didn't save the day. Thank you. Well, it's very much appreciated. I'm sure Blind Nelson and Gaunt will feel the same way.
Hello? Evie? Are you there? Come in. Are you alive? Over.
Good to hear your voice, Gaunt. And thanks to our trusty lab rat here, me and Uma are alive and kicking. Over.
Oh, it's not gone. It's Johnny. Christ, it's good to hear your voice too. You guys shouldn't have run off like that. Gaunt wasn't best pleased. Threw a chair at Nelson, he did.
Yeah, they're right here beside me. Over.
Oi, lab rat. Nice work out there today. I think I speak for everyone on this end of the microphone when I say you finally proved yourself loyal to our little family. I better come back to see what Gaunt has to say, though. Better
Need help? What do you need?
Well, well, our little wayfarer has returned. You're looking in a lot better nick than when we first found you, I must say. I've been paying mind to what you've been up to round here. Seems you're not a bad sort, me old mucker. So listen, I got an opportunity for you. You can keep on doing odd jobs for us, help out here and there for a few tickets, or you can step up to the big game. I'm offering you the chance to join the ranks of the Vagabonds. Join our family proper. Your blood becomes our blood. Our fate becomes your fate. What do you say? Truth be told, I'm not sure of you myself. But Blind Nelson says he smells something special about you, and I'd be fucking balmy to ignore his nouse. I've got me some big plans coming up, and if you've got the right skills, you could play a big part in them. Glad your gun's on our side. That's what I like to hear. But now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I still have a task for you before you join proper. We're on a war footing, and every new recruit has to prove their value for the effort. You want to join the Vagabonds, you gotta show your loyalty and your worth. The job is straightforward. Put down a dog and bring me its collar. Not just any dog, though. I want the blood of a syndicate enforcer captain, and I want its lapel pin in my hand as proof of the deed. Do that and you'll truly be one of us. Speak to Nelson for more info. The other lieutenants can kit you out with some gear.
If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers. How you doing, mate? Hey, no trouble. I had fresh deliveries of chems and medicines today. Which would you rather have your mitts on? Here you go, mate.
Hello, young plum. Help? I can't help with that. Can't even see enough to help you. Ha ha! You gotta do this on your own. No hand-holding. But I'll give you a bit of background so you know what you're in for. The Syndicate has an enforcement division known by locals as the Sniffers. Their whole job is to keep the peace, as they call it, meaning meting out a bit of the old ultra-violence against anything they consider subversive. Pretty cruel bunch by all accounts. They tend to wander around in small groups round Millwall, looking for trouble. You'll find a few round Tower Hamlets and the Dome too. Each group has a captain, and they're usually smart and tough. You want to get that pin off their collar, you gotta be smarter and tougher. And they ain't the complacent type, so don't expect no shortcuts here. Like I said, no hand-holding on this one. You're on your own, I'm afraid. Do please try not to die.
Alright, labrat. What can I do for you? Go on once more fill of blood, eh? Time to kill us some more doggies. Ah, well. If that's your job, then I can help you live through it, I hope. If you're planning a straight fight, then I can give you some armour. But if you want to be all tactical-like, then you can't go wrong with some well-timed grenades. You ever stop to wonder where it ends? They kill us, we kill them. Ah, never mind. Probably just a shrapnel talking. Now, what gear were you after? Sure thing. Here you go. Mob.
What you after? Sure, I guess you need the right weapon for the job. You fancy a shooter or a slicer? Right, here you go.
Come here, you donut.
Boy, Canada!
Not here.
How goes the hunt? Well, well, I wasn't sure you had it in you, me old China. Very well done indeed. And good riddance to the dirty dog you scrubbed to get this. Here, keep this pin. Your first trophy is something to hold on to with pride. And take these threads. You're one of us now, so you ought to dress the part too. Welcome to the Vagabonds. Now, I told you I had some big plans coming up. Come see me and the boys in the lounge and I'll tell you what comes next. It's time for those dogs to find out what happens when we bite back.
If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
It's a good day to get things done. Well, here we all are then. Listen up, lads. I've called us together for a reason. The dogs hit us hard last time, coming right to the centre of our turf. Well, I didn't want no rash response, but now our heads have cooled, it's time we looked at how to bite back. The dogs are trying to get the nuclear reactor on their turf up and running. We've got to win this war before that can happen. That reactor could produce double the power Battersea can. The gentry would have the Tommies in their gaff in seconds. They'd be untouchable. So now's the time to strike, and strike hard. And we've got us some extra help now. The lab rat we found down bridge is moving up in the world. This wayfarer is now a vagabond.
Nice one.
Good work, mate.
Get in. You've had a taste of syndicate blood, wayfarer. I'm hoping you're hungry for more. We're moving to a new phase in the war, one that's going to see us much more active, and I want you as our new commando. You've shown you're good on your feet in a tight spot, and you've shown you can carry out raids in enemy territory. And you can keep yourself alive doing so. That's exactly what we need for some new, aggressive assaults on the Syndicate. The old man's keeping his neck out of this one. He thinks we should keep our heads low and stay out of trouble. Well, I've had enough of that. No more defensive manoeuvres. No more shithouse posturing. It's time to give the Syndicate what they deserve. And if that means escalating the fight, then I say bring it the on. That's what I've got the lads here for. Chill, bullet tooth, shrapnel. I told you all I want new plans for how we can do some proper damage to the dogs. And new blood here is going to be our point person. What you got for me?
More bodies getting shot don't never hurt anything.
I've got an easy aspiration, boss. I say we take down the Dredge.
The Mudchute prison boat? What do you mean, take it down?
We crack it open and steal the yoke. There's a bunch of our blokes in there. Lab rat here can sneak in, let everyone out, then set a few well-placed bombs to sink the whole damn place.
I ever tell you you're a lunatic, Johnny?
You've mentioned it a few times, boss. But, what exactly is it about this that seems so mad?
The dredge is guarded to the tits. You couldn't sneak a gnat's fart in there. And what's the good in blowing it up? Syndicates have been trying to call us terrorists ever since we broke out that friend of Yvette's. If we bomb a prison, they'll just use that as propaganda against us.
Not everyone's fond of prisons, gone, and our lot in there have some grit in a fight. Would be nice to have them back in our numbers rather than rotting in the clink.
There's some logic in your lunacy, Shrapnel. We could do with more hands, and it would stick it to the dogs if we break our boys out of the dredge. All right, tell our chum your plan, then.
Syndicate's biggest and vilest prison. It's an old warship floating off the south end of Millwall. Its proper name is Mudshoot Prison, but everyone calls it the Dredge. The gentry send the debtors and persons non grata to rot there. The dogs also have a special block for vagabonds to capture. The Dredge has a reputation for people only getting out as dog food. And there's worse what happens inside. Torture, experiments, abuse. It's f***ing hell. I spent some time there myself. Managed to get away when I was transferred to a work camp. Worst experience of my miserable life. So nothing would give me more pleasure than to see that Abaddon obliterated. There's a gangplank from the shore near the front, and there's groups of guards patrolling all the time there. It's pretty tight, like the boss said. No one's ever gotten in by brute force. But a lone nutter, being all sneaky like, I reckon it could work if you're clever. You'll want to go at night, of course. Less patrols then. The door on the ship is locked, but it's no fancy if you know your way around some tumblers. Or you could try loot a key from the guard patrol, whilst not summoning all of Gehenna upon you. Should all be pretty easy in theory, right?
This is madness, Johnny. Wayfarer, you feel up to this?
Hear that, boss? I think we got the right nutter for the job. Fantastic. Here, 3 bombs is enough to sink the ship if you get the chance to use them. They'll need placing around the lower deck. Once they're set, you'll need a scarper. Quick. Good luck, mate.
Alright, gents, so tell me, what does the Syndicate have in abundance that we don't?
Web toes.
Herpes.
Literally everything.
No. I mean, yeah, probably. But I'm thinking of one thing in particular. Supplies. While we're choking down squirrel stew and using rock gut whiskey to treat anything from the flu to a bullet in the head, the IODS has enough food and medicine to supply both them and the whole of Westminster. I feel it's high time we alleviate them of some of that excess and put ourselves in a position to succeed. After all, health is wealth.
So what are you suggesting we do about it? And if you say a train robbery again, I swear to God.
Well, now, just hear me out. There's a train that makes up a third of the Syndicate supply line, and...
Oh, for f***'s sake, Winston. You've been reading your bloody spy comic books again. You're not 006 or whatever.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Give it a rest.
Well, it's 005 actually, and what I read in my spare time has nothing to do with this. I really don't see what your issue is anyway. They have supplies, they transport them via train, we rob the train, it's simple.
It's not bloody simple. It's never bloody simple. There are far too many variables at play in a job like that. We broke even by the skin of our bollocks on the supply run to the lab, and you want to up the ante? Not a chance. Out of the question.
That's just it though, innit? You're looking at the ones and zeros of the returns from the lab. But the real intangible score of that job run is staring us right in the bloody face.
What are you on about? What, the Wayfarer? Not a bad point. Alright, fine. Here's what we'll do. Let's send the Wayfarer to strap on a tux and play international spy. And if they don't come back, we're only back to net zero on that lab run. Happy?
Seems like the more people we send, the better chance of success we'd have. But, yeah, sure. I'll take what I can get.
Good. You should be thanking me for even agreeing to that. The stakes of a job like this are still sky high, seeing as if the Wayfarer is up, the heat comes down on our heads like a redcoat's deli belly.
Excellent. So the train passes through Poplar Station. That's where you'll be heading first. The station is a syndicate outpost, so you'll most likely have to put down some dogs to get to the control room. Once you're there, all you have to do is switch the train's route to Canning Town Station. Hop aboard, and Bob's your uncle, you're done. We'll be waiting in Canning Town to unload the supplies. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just that simple. What could go wrong? It's only the Syndicate's most important and highly guarded assets we're talking about. So in case it's not the sunny stroll in the park that Winston is presenting it as, take these explosives. If we can't have those supplies, nobody can. Get me? If things start going south, blow that train to Kingdom Come. Even if we come away empty-handed, at least we'll muck up the Syndicate's main supply lines.
But securing those supplies is still the main objective, so don't go blowing them up for the hell of it. Any questions? The Vat Cats of the Gentry struck a bit of a deal with the mangy mutts of the Isle a while back. In exchange for guns, slave labour, tickets, and a promise not to kick down their doors in the middle of the night, the Syndicate supplies Her Majesty and the distinguished royal court with food, medicine, and other essentials. But it's no secret that there's very little love lost between the lot. All it might take to get the Gentry to double back on their little deal is a slight rock of the old boat, if you catch my drift. Something like a dashing rogue agent with a license to kill, intercepting their supply run, for instance. Good luck, mate. The lads will see you in Canning Town. Quick, take this before Gaunt sees.
Christ. This is such a mistake.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer. Gotta get my hands dirty in other ways.
Guns is what we need, boss. Syndicate always have more than us. Way more. We can't win a war without enough weapons. Syndicate get regular supplies from the Gentry factories. I know of a depot they run in a warehouse by West India Quay. I say we break in there and clean it out.
You must be joking. Security will be tighter than a rat's arse there. I'd have to send a whole team in to get more than a handful of guns. It's too dicey by half.
I know a gal that might be able to help us. An old, associate. She could find a way past the systems there, at least long enough to shift some crates out. We just need someone to break in and open the loading bay from the inside.
No, this is just stupid. Get your brain in gear. I want to hurt the dogs, not do some petty theft. Anything we nick, they'd just replace in a week. We'd be better off burning the place down. Destroy whatever's there, fancy security and all, and their supply operations for months. Wouldn't even take much explosives to fry a weapons dump.
You're cool, boss. But there's bound to be some lovely gear in there. Would be a crying shame to see it all go to waste. If we're burning a place down, then there's no harm in nabbing some guns whilst we're at it, is there?
Okay, sure, but that's just some frosting. The real aim here is to fuck over the Syndicate. You been paying attention, Wayfarer? Good. Take these charges, find a way into this warehouse and set them somewhere that'll cook extra crisp.
And take this old card of mine and go see Frosty Valentina. She runs a bakery these days near Millwall High Street. She should recognise the card from our old days. I'd go see her myself, but the Syndicate sniffers would kill me on sight. Tell her what you're about, and she can sort you with something to bypass the security systems.
Waste of time. We don't need this Millwall bint.
Hey, no need to talk about Valentina like that.
Fine. I just want job done. No distractions.
More bodies getting shot don't never hurt anything.
cause.
Lost cause. Listen here, Robert Clarkson. This is our home.
It's time to move on.